Good morning. It is day 7 of my 15th section hike, knocking out Vermont, and it is 6:30 in the morning and 53 degrees, which is kind of chilly for this time of year right now. But I am going to go over here and get the bear bag and put some tape on my feet. They're starting to get a little raw, and gonna contemplate packing up, waiting for Poke to pass by and then hit the road. Blue is 16.2 miles away. Probably can get it in 2 days too. Yeah, I'm thinking we can. Our pace has been a lot better than it has in the past in the earlier part of the section. And I'm still asleep and just rambling, but just gotta get moving. And there is my bear bag. So I'm gonna go ahead and start working on stuff, and I'll talk to y'all later on the trail. Bye. Laying here waiting on Poke to come by. It is about 15 after 8. I could have hit the trail at 7:40. He's going to be coming from that away, and we're going to be going that away. It's 8:40, and Poke passed by about 5 minutes ago. He had to reset his pack and borrow some water. I'm down to about 10 ounces, and we've got a shelter that's almost 2 miles, just shy of 2 miles ahead, that's supposed to have some water, and it's 2/10 of a mile off trail. But we gotta get water to keep going. But it's an uphill climb to it. I'm gonna wait 5 more minutes and then take off. See ya. I gotta stoop down for this one. Looks like another colonial farm boundary. And look at that, looks like an old sunken road too. Oh, looks like an old farmstead. Look at this, coming over here. Into the woods. Very cool. This looked pretty formidable back then. Yeah. To think who lived here and worked hard on this land. Amazing. I said it the other day, just a hike through history. and to appreciate the fact that some really rugged people farmed this land and worked this. Amazing. Real nice one. Yeah, so it gotta be our water source for the next 5 miles. Took my pack off. I've got a bottle of water, my butt bag, and my filtration system. And I am going to go a quarter mile down, camel up, visit the privy, rest a little bit, and then come a quarter of a mile back uphill. Well, it's been a long, steep quarter mile blue blaze trail down to the shelter, Watori shelter, but it's essential because we need our water. Next water Spot is 5 miles down the trail. So nobody's here. Kind of a nice shelter. Basic. The first thing I need to visit is the privy. Here's the reason we came a quarter of a mile down, and we're going to have to climb a quarter of a mile steep up just to get back on trail. Up Pipe Spring, because it's the only water for the next 5 miles. Another batch of cool spring water. Gotta love it. Thanks, Wintari Shelter, for giving us temporary rest, relaxation, and of course water, which is going to get us up the mountain to the next water stop, which is going to be a little stream we're going to cross over. So I'm back up at the junction to the Wintari Shelter, and I have filtered my water. Pokey left about 15 minutes ago, started up the trail. The goal today is to do another 5 miles because it's going to be like 500 feet elevation straight up, then a down, then another couple of 100 feet up before we get to the water. And this wind, I think, is the remnants of that hurricane that I've been told about. And I thought that the temp was, as the day moved on, would get warmer, but I think it's getting a little colder. So that's the trail up that way. I'll talk to y'all later on the trail. Just made it up a 550-foot climb and fixing to go down hill to make a 200-foot climb, and then the final climb for the day is a 450-foot climb, and then downhill to the water in the end of the day. That's a whole heck of a big piece of burl wood. Just meandering on a flat spot before I have to do 450 feet up. But I had signal, and Pokey and I talked about when we get back to Blue tomorrow that we were gonna do the inn at Long Trail where we did laundry yesterday. So I thought I'd be smart and call up for reservations. And everything in Killington is booked because this weekend is a Spartan race and everything is gone. So Pokey doesn't know this yet because he's on ahead. I gave him plenty of distance ahead of me. I noticed between where the deli was we ate yesterday in Killington, there were several bed and breakfast places. Maybe we can check and see if one of them is available and has hiker rates. But the crappy thing is it's Friday today and the weekend, and people want to go out and hike. So I don't know. We may just have to hammock on Kent Pond again. Well, we'll talk about this when Pokey and I get together. We'll try to figure something out, make a couple of plan B's and C's. Okay, we'll talk at you. Bye. And the wind is back. So the temperatures have been dropping steadily. Well, we've got one more climb for the day, and Stogie is ahead of me. I gave him enough space to take his time, or to not feel pushed. So we got 2 miles, a little less than 2 miles now to the water, and that's our goal for the day, to go ahead and make it there and make camp. It's probably going to be in the dark because it's getting on 5 now. And what he doesn't know is ahead of us, we've got a almost 600-foot climb in 6/10 of a mile. He didn't want to know, so I didn't tell him. And that is going to be a steep one. Well, the temperatures are dropping and the wind's picking up again, as I said earlier. And it is going to be a cold night tonight. You can guarantee it. And it hasn't been this way during this section. Last night was the first night that it started getting really cold. And I think it's going to be the norm from here on out. And it looks like the uphill's going to start here in just a minute. Miscalculated. It's not 600 feet in 6/10 of a mile climb. It is 450 feet in 6/10 of a mile climb. Still hairy, but not as bad as I thought. Got about 100 feet left to the top. The view up at the top is overgrown, so no real views today. And we're going down to the creek, downhill all the way. And we'll set up camp somewhere around there. That was a good climb. And as you'll notice, I took the puffy off because I was sweating on the way up. But this is the windward side of the mountain, so it's starting to get cold. May have to stop in a second, put that puffy back on. Getting a partial view through the tree line, partial at best. We're in the creek. Oh yeah. Plentiful water. So I'm gonna go ahead and top it off here. I think Pokey's gonna make his, he's right behind me, a little bit, 100 yards or so. He's gonna make his camp around here. I'm gonna go up a little further. We just gotta figure out what time to wake up because we want to get up early. We've got over 9 miles. So Pokey has gotten his water. He's making camp a little bit up behind me. And we set our alarm clocks for 6. And here it is. 7 o'clock right now. And another dose of clear spring water. So I'm gonna go up a little bit, find a couple of trees, make camp, and call it a night. See you in a bit. Sun has just gone over the horizon. I've walked almost 1/10 of a mile and hadn't found anything I'm happy with just yet, but I will. I feel something coming close. Good trees, but it's just too dark to videotape the setup. So I'm going to set it up now and talk to you in a bit. 7:45 and my bear bag is hung. And this is section 15 and day 6. That's what I'm sticking to because yesterday I called yesterday 6 and this morning I think I called this day 7, but that wouldn't be so because yesterday was a Nero with 2 miles in, so I'm not going to call that a full day. This is my setup and I should be asleep in 15-20 minutes, but Pokey and I have our alarm set for 6 tomorrow morning. We've got 9.5 miles to get back to Blue, so we want to get a good jump at it. So it's been a great day. Thanks for following. It was a little crazy, but we had a good time. So we'll be talking at you tomorrow. Happy trails.